Okay, guys, we're here at Pruslas with Maya and Boria. This one can be a little tricky. You have there's a little bit more strategy to this, but for the most part, it's blow them up. Here's our current levels and stats. As you can see, Maya is really getting ahead of Boria in terms of HP and MP. I think most of this is already stuff that you've seen, but we did level up a little bit along the way, so yeah. In any case, yeah. So you can see her strength is getting up there with 143. That's kind of bad because she's the all-out offensive mage, and you'd kind of want, the other guy to be your offensive physical attacker. Unfortunately, Boria is far from that. Luckily, though, he is slightly faster in general, and he technically has a little bit more resilience. Again, I haven't given them seed regarding that. The only thing I've given him was agility seed, so his agility might be actually even with Maya if he didn't have the seeds. Though he didn't have that many. He only had like 5 maybe, so 15 difference. Actually, that could be exactly enough. I just realized I can do math, guys. I'm such an expert in math. My gosh. But yeah. Otherwise, though, she also gets better gear, and I did give her the liquid metal shield because I was debating on who what would be better, and I feel like it'd be better on her, but I might switch back and forth depending what's needed. So, there you go. In any case, let's go over our item setup. It actually doesn't matter. The main thing is just having a power shield on Maya so she can help heal, and everything else doesn't really matter here. The liquid metal shield is going to be useful because she could cast Snub, though she could also have used the Zenithian shield if you choose to give the liquid metal shield to Boria instead. And Boria is going to have the Staff of Salvation that you got from the Leaf of the World tree, and we'll be using that to keep Maya in, and maybe himself as well. I think I'm at the point where I'm probably going to give them seeds after this fight, just giving you a heads up, though. Everything else here is just for wild battles, so don't worry about that. He's on the Ruby Protection for the extra defense, and she's on the Goddess. Well, she shouldn't be on the Goddess ring for this fight, but I was using that for when we were going through the dungeons. It's much more useful for her to have that for the MP while he has the Happy Hat. Technically I should be giving her the Kerplunk Bracer or something similar. I did buy a few of those from the Pioneer Town. But she's also got the Sands of Time, so if shit goes, sideways, at least we have that. And if you really wanted to be safe, you could bring Actually, yeah, you know what? Why don't we bring the Yigdu in just in case? Oh, wait, no, we don't want to use that because it's limited, right? I'm mixing up my Dragon Quest 5 and 4 here. That's not good. But this is all the leftover gear I have in here just for mixing and matching if I need it. In any case, why don't we go ahead and get started? This can be tricky, and we might fail if there's some bad luck. Anyway, it's mini-boss time against Pruslas. Alright, starting off, we are going to use the liquid metal shield so we can get Snub up on her. And he's going to cast Bounce. That way we don't get Kasap, because Kasap can make it so we can't out-heal the dude. Alright, now that that's set up, we can Crackle and Frizzle. Obviously, Maya's going to be the higher damager here, but it still helps to have Boria Crackle sometimes. Because it does decent damage, it's just, not the best. Very good. Alright, I'm going to say Frizzle, and now, let me see, how much HP are you down? Over 100? Yeah, go ahead and heal. As long as she's constantly Frizzling, it's usually fine. Alright, she just went down a little bit of HP, but right now, it's still should be in the survival round here, but you'd have to double attack her and then crit on the second attack. Alright, whoever has the lowest HP right now, which is him, so he's going to heal. Bounces down, of course. Right at the worst time. This might be a failure. I mean, Maya is carrying anyway, but it's still pretty bad. If he decides to crit now, we may be in trouble. She should not... You don't want her to have to heal, but if she does heal, then let her. That's generally how it works. If she does need to heal, I should say. Okay, good. He's out of Kasaps now. I'm going to say Crackle now. Get some extra damage in. Because we want to stay ahead of him. up, and... Okay, Boria is probably going to die, so just crackle. It's okay if they miss out on experience, I'm not really worried. Okay, just please don't crit anymore. We're going all out at this point, because out-healing is not going to be a very good option. There we go. Okay. That was, again, it gets a little tricky. Even at these high levels, it gets a little tricky, but that's because these guys aren't really built for this type of playthrough. But anyway, that's it for them. Next up is Barbatos. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it should work, in my opinion, but we'll see. I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're here at Barbatos, and I used up some stat seeds to get Boria to Maya's HP, so he went up quite a bit. I still have a few life seeds left, but he went from like 400 to 563. That's pretty damn high as it is. I also gave him some resilient seeds as well, so now he has a little bit more natural defense than her, but really though, she still is going to have more defense thanks to the liquid metal shield at the moment. But yeah, and I also moved some items around to make things a little more neat. I have her on the Kamikaze Bracer to help her with a little extra defense. The Power Shield's still going to be very necessary at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And since I only have collected one Yig Leaf so far, thanks to the leaf in the World Tree, I'm okay with using this one. But as soon as I get any more, I don't want to use it anymore so I can have up to 3 for tougher battles. But for now, this is what we have. What's going to be important here is the Zenithian Shield, because we're going to need Bounce Up to help us with damage and also protection. This is going to be a slow one because we're turtling. As for Boria, yeah, he's got the Staff of Salvation that's going to be necessary. That's really all that matters on his end. I expect him to go down before Maya. And, you know, if we keep healing, we'll likely not die, but it's still extremely tough to deal with. Why don't we go ahead and get started? You're going to see what I mean, though. The problem with Barbatos, other than being mini-boss time, is the fact that he resists Frizz, Sizz, and Bang very highly. According to the Wikipedia, it's up to 75%. I think Bang is actually slightly lower, but I'm not positive on that. And Crack is even resisted, but it's only 25% according to the Wikipedia, at the time of this recording at least. And as for statuses, the only statuses that he's susceptible to is Fizzle and Sap, and even that is 75% resistant, so sometimes it just fails. So what we're going to do is start out things off with Zenithian Shield and Bounce. You specifically want Bounce, so that if he uses Kaboom, it's just going to go right back in his face. And now we're going to attempt to Frizzle, but it's highly likely to be resisted. Crackle has a slightly lower chance, at least. But, you know, when it does work, it's good. And luckily, he doesn't have a regen. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, he resisted the Kaboom that he threw at us and got bounced back at him. So, this is essentially what we're going to do. When we get down to 300 is when we need to go start healing. Alright, she's frozen in fear. Let's Crackle. Ah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, because Barbatos is well-rounded, it makes it harder to have to deal with him. Ugh. Yeah, the double resistance is very obnoxious. Yeah, sometimes 25% resistance is making it look like he's got 75% resistance instead. Alright, I'm gonna refresh everyone's bounce. Let's do that. I did consider having Maya just go physical fighting on this, and she can do it. It's just very obnoxious to keep up, and you can't have bounce on her so she's taking more damage, you know? Alright, go ahead and keep up the work here. But this is why we have bounce, because this is getting resisted often enough. At least we get extra chances. Oh yeah, you saw that. It said, like, not affected, but yeah, it still hit. So you get the extra bit of damage in, at least. I think that's a glitch in general. When he uses Kaboom and just bounce on both people. We're still okay in terms of HP. We haven't gotten to the point where we need to super duper heal. Also, Puff doesn't help either because I think that's lumped in with Sizz, and it gets resisted just as often, so it basically makes Maya a sitting duck, and you don't want that. I'm gonna actually go ahead and heal on Boria. Good, it hit. Yeah, this is definitely a struggle for the mages. No. Just keep on healing for now. We're gonna get him back up to close to full, if we can. Alright, bounces down on Maya. So we should refresh on both. Okay. Yeah, let her go ahead and Zenithian, and you're gonna go ahead and use bounce. I like to refresh at the same time. It's just easier than having to keep track of both. Hit, and... okay. Now, I'm gonna have her start healing, and he's gonna just go crackle time. Thank you, it hit. I wish Crackle was a little stronger, but in 4, unfortunately, that's not the case. Go ahead and heal. I'm going to have him Crackle one more time. He's going to heal after this. Boing, and... okay, yeah. Definitely use bounce in your favor for this fight. Yeah, why don't you Frizzle and you heal yourself? Because I gotta get Boria back up. He doesn't have the breath resistance as like her, thanks to the liquid metal shield. No. You're the one attacking. You're gonna salvation yourself. Once we get the Sage Stone, that'll be a little nicer at least. Ah, he frozen fear. Just Frizzle. Yeah, I figured bounce was gonna wear off this turn, but I wanted to get an attack in anyway. All right. Let's do this. Bounce and bounce. Okay, but yeah, more likely he's going to need the healing more than she is usually. I'm going to actually do a 1 heal on himself. Yeah, that was such a weird thing where it says it's not effective yet shows the damage. Keep your frizzling. I'm going to have you heal yourself one more time. It'd probably go a little more consistently if he was crackling more, because, again, he resists that less. Alright, she's below in the 300 range, so she needs to start healing, and he's going to crackle. Honestly, you could probably switch it up where she has to use the Staff of Salvation instead, so that way, you know, she's helping him get healed more, but honestly, she does double damage when she does at least hit. And even though he hits a little more often, it still like feels more worth it to risk her more than him. Alright, we gotta put bounce back up after this. Okay, let's go ahead and both of you do it again. Like I said, it's a little harder. Oh, I'm glad I got the bounces up ahead of time. I should be healing him, but I've got to go ahead and crackle. It's not that he's in the danger zone, I'm just trying to keep him healthy so we don't get in the danger zone. Unfortunately, now I'm gonna have to. Damn. Okay. Since she's frozen in fear, I'm going to have him crackle instead of healing, because I'd rather get damage out. Yeah, his lower breath resistance is very unfortunate. She's going to Frizzle while he has to heal himself up a bit. I mean, at least he's not immune, and that bounce is helping us. You know what? Crackle. Bounces down. Gotta use bounce again. Okay. Oop. Almost went into auto mode there. Yeah, this is definitely not a fight for mages. The mages do not like this fight. I mean, well, actually, well, these two mages do not. Mina is okay with it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's funny! I didn't realize the bounce would continue like that. I figured it would just end it there. I liked how it said he took 0 damage. Well, you know what? We're seeing some funny moments at least, so I'm kind of happy with this type of fight, even if it took a while. The next fight should be a lot easier, though, since it's just going to be Rashaverak, which, hey, for once I pronounced right on the first try, and I think. And 2, it's just about constantly using ice spells, so... Maya's gonna use the Icicle Dirk for that. I will see you there. Okay guys, this is Rashaverak, and as mentioned before, he's gonna be easy. The only thing that's really notable is that we're going to be using the Icicle Dirk on Maya because her other spells can be resisted, even just a chance. And I'd rather keep the damage even, which is why it's the better option to just go with even damage, like with Ice, which he does 0 resistance to. You could also use Whoosh, which has a higher range of damage, but you're better off with Ice, trust me. Ice has a lower range of damage, so it doesn't deviate too hard. There is still some deviations, though. In one of my test runs, he ended up having one die early, but that's not a big deal since we outspeed, and he doesn't summon once in a round when someone died. He has to wait a round before. So, in any case, this is the Defender of the Barrier. Let's go after Rashaverak for another mini-boss time. Mini-bosses time, I guess. Anyway, no spells for us. We're just going Icicle Dirk. Well, for Maya, at least. No spells for her. We're gonna go Crackle. Too bad Boria can't just suddenly learn Cold Breath. That'd be lovely. But yeah, we don't get any breath attacks other than through Pup in Dragon Quest IV. Alright, just keep on going with the Crackles and the Icicle Dirk Crackle. Yeah, this one's not really too dangerous because the enemies, the main issue is like trying to kill them all at the same time since they will summon help and all. And with the mages, they don't really care too much on this. There you go. Like, that happened in one of my test runs, too. Another test run that didn't work happened, and they all died at the same time. But again, they won't call for help. They're going to call for help this round, but because we outspeed, they're done for. So, there you go. Rashaverak, much easier. Definitely makes up for the time that we had to waste on Barbatos, who was definitely a Mage Bane. Speaking of Mage Banes, next we have Aamon, and that one probably is going to be annoying. I don't think it's going to be impossible, but definitely annoying. I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're at Aamon, and yeah, this one's going to be a little different in how we have to handle this. See, Aamon is extremely resistant to almost all spells, and even the ones that he has some susceptibility to, he won't matter much because he can constantly cast the bounce spell on himself. So, really, our mages are going to have to fight, man. So, why don't we go over our item setup. I have given the Magma Staff over to Maya because it's the best damaging weapon that she can equip at this time. While later on she will eventually be able to get better weapons such as the Gringham Whip and the Poison Claw. But for now, she has to rely on this. Normally, I have it on Boria because it's the strongest weapon, period, for him. But, well, right now she's going to be the attacker, so Boria can be the support, since she's got better attack anyway. Also, the Estrella's Abacus is going to be useful because it's going to get rid of the ads that Aamon starts with that way. I say ads, but the ghouls, really. Everything else is not really necessary, though, so don't worry about anything else. For Boria, I switched their weapon, so he has the Somatic Staff now. And he'll be healing, he'll be using the Zenithian sword to take bounce off. It either distracts Aamon or it lets me use sap on him at least. And the Tempest Shield as well, so we can get rid of the Drooling Ghouls too. So that's all that we have for setup here. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get on started. And let's have Aamon talk about how much of a dick he is. Yeah, we know. You're the one who caused the kidnapping of Rose and killing him. For asshole boss time against Aamon. Alright, to start off, use the Estrella's Abacus against the Drooling Ghouls to poof them off. And we're going to bounce first with Boria. This way, okay, we got it. This way Aamon won't use his area spells, which tend to do more damage. Frizzle doesn't do too much damage, and he'll only target Maya with it. So that kind of helps us. Now, Maya is going to attack, while Boria is going to oomph her. Unfortunate, but that's okay. She's going to attack, and he is going to Zenithian Sword to get bounce off, because he starts with bounce. Yep, it's going to force him to do that over and over. But the moment he doesn't, we'll get him. I could also have brought the Massacre Sword, so I could just get through the bounce and use Sap that way. But anyway, she's going to attack, and now you're going to Sap. Very good. And now she's doing 200 damage. It's amazing. Also, you know, since you're not doing much, why don't... I could have him oomph himself and try attacking, too. Yeah, bounce wore off. That's fine. Have them both attack. Nice. Yeah, we're going to just keep attacking until that sap wears off. Or that. Yeah, but this is why we want to keep that bounce up usually, because otherwise he's going to double spell like that. Alright, she's going to attack. I'm going to oomph her. Warrior's going to oomph her. Good job. And now I got to get bounce up soon, because this is going to hurt if we don't. Alright, sap is down, so why don't you use bounce? She still does decent damage, so. Alright, you're going to go ahead and start healing her. And there you go. Aamon's down. It can be a little annoying, but at least Maya has a decent attack, and Boria can make them both have at least... You make him have decent attack and her have excellent attack, so... It kind of works out. Anyway, let's see Aamon cry a little bit harder, even though we know he's not actually dead. And then all we have left is, Pissarro, so... Oof. That... I probably am going to max my levels out, but I will do some test runs at roughly these levels first, so we'll see. For now, I will see you next time.